Many eons ago, on a distant planet, 4 extraordinary skeletons lived. Papa Creek, Mama Creek, their son Smallcreek, and Smallcreek's lovely girlfriend, Small 9. The group decided to embark on an interstellar journey to Earth in separate space capsules. They aimed to explore new emotions and experience life on this planet. The family bid farewell to their beloved planet as their space capsules ascended into the cosmos. However, an unexpected turn of events awaited them. As the capsules neared Earth, a mysterious cosmic force altered their course. Smallcreek safely reached the blue planet and was eager to uncover its secrets. However, Mama Creek and Small 9 were caught in an unknown dimension. Now they were far from their initial landing point. On the other hand, Papa Creek's capsule, which had managed to take off with the rest, turned back due to a navigation defect a few minutes into the journey before it was too late to return to their home planet. Smallcreek remained concealed in his capsule, forever missing his mom, dad, beloved 9, and all the creatures of his planet. Crick, alone and bewildered, decided to use Mom's magic recipe to help the inhabitants of his new home, Earth. Nevertheless, one day, during a deep sleep, an old and wise skeleton friend from his planet visited him. The friend informed him that Dad couldn't escape, and they had detected a signal from 9's capsule. However, they unfortunately had no information about Mom's whereabouts. Rick, filled with hope, continued to spread love, peace, and happiness using Mom's magical recipe to the beings of the beautiful planet Earth, hoping to make it a better place. In a galaxy far away, in the solar black solar system, there existed a planet named Escalotia, inhabited by skeletal beings known for their kindness and love. These skeletons, known as Escalocians, lived in harmony, fostering values of solidarity and compassion in their society. One of these Escalocians, named Smallcreek, was a curious thinker and dreamer. He deeply cared for the welfare of his planet and its people, observing the situation on Escalotia and wanting to do something meaningful. He decided to undertake a unique mission, traveling to Earth to learn about humans and to bring back knowledge that could better life on his own planet. With great determination, Smallcreek prepared for his journey, gathering magical ingredients to create a special soup known as the Soup of Kindness. This magical soup was meant to impart love and harmony to those who tasted it. Inside a space capsule engineered with advanced technology from his planet, Smallcreek began the journey towards Earth. On arrival, he found a secluded and safe place, where he began to prepare the magical soup. He used the ancestral knowledge of his people, while deeply studying Earth and its inhabitants. Days and nights passed, as Smallcreek watched the humans from a distance, learning their customs, their stories, and their challenges. He became friends with pure-hearted people who taught him the value of love, peace, and happiness in a world brimmed with challenges and differences. Over time, Smallcreek became an expert in human essence, understanding its strengths and weaknesses. He dedicated himself to teaching and showing how small gestures of kindness, love, and understanding could make a difference in people's lives. Finally, it was time to return to Escalotia. Small Creek 1, now rich with wisdom and valuable experiences, took the magical soup with him and chose Small Creek, a young Escalocian with a noble heart and open mind, as his favorite disciple. Small Creek, the chosen disciple of Small Creek 1, landed alone on Earth with the valuable mission of reminding humans of the noble values of compassion, love, peace and happiness that characterized the society of Escalotia. Following his master's example, Small Creek found a safe and hidden place to make his home in the same pod he traveled with from Scalotia. There, within this protected space, he began to remember the values and teachings he had received from his teacher. Small Creek observed humans from a distance, studying their ways, their customs, and their needs. He spent his days pondering how to convey the principles of Scalotia to them in a way that could touch their hearts. With patience and dedication, Small Creek found creative ways to spread these values. He used his home in the capsule as a sanctuary where he invited those kind-hearted humans who needed help, comfort, or advice. He shared stories of Scalotia and the way compassion and mutual understanding were part of the very fabric of their society. Small Creek also showed how daily practicing small but meaningful acts of kindness could have a positive impact on people's lives. He inspired those who crossed his path to be more compassionate, to seek inner peace, and to extend that feeling to those who needed it. Plus, like his teacher, Small Creek made the magic soup, but this time with a twist from his mom's recipe. An elixir that represented unity, compassion, and harmony. He invited humans to share this soup, explaining that its power lay in the ability to unite hearts and remind them of the importance of essential values for peaceful and loving coexistence. As time passed, Small Creek became a symbol of hope and love to many. His teachings spread, and his home in the capsule became a refuge for those seeking solace in times of trouble. Small Creek's presence on Earth, continuing Small Creek 1's legacy, reminded humans of the importance of compassion, love, peace, and happiness in their lives. Their small sanctuary became a beacon of inspiration, showing that even in a world full of challenges, these values were the key to bringing people together and creating a better world for everyone. In the peaceful world of Skeleton, little Riachuelo and little Nine enjoyed a harmonious life with their 4 children, little Four, little Tierno, little Angel, and little Pebble. In this idyllic setting, peace, love, and wisdom were as inherent as the very essence of the Escalotians. However, the tranquility was threatened by a mysterious force that began to wither the natural beauty of Escalotia. The fauna, flora, and life cycles of the planet were slowly fading, foreboding an ominous fate for both the world and its inhabitants. The Escalotians were extraordinary beings, imbued with an inner energy that made them wise, loving, and understanding. They lived centuries committed to nature and an inner strength that surpassed the ordinary. Among all of them, little Angel, the son of little Riachuelo and little Nine, distinguished himself with his exceptional energy from birth. His abilities were extraordinary, and his sentiment was far beyond that of the other Escalotians. The suffering of his people and the decline of Escalotia disturbed him deeply. In a profound act of empathy, little Angel retreated to his favorite place in Escalotia, a personal sanctuary of peace and reflection. There he contemplated on love, the purest and most powerful force of the Escalosians. Suddenly, a dazzling and beautiful light emanated from him, enveloping all of Escalotia in a radiant glow. The light of immeasurable beauty revitalized the dying planet. It spread to every corner, restoring vitality and renewing the very essence of Escalotia. Little Angel's energy not only saved the planet, but also spread to every atom, infusing life, love and compassion into every particle of Escalotia. Little Angel became the source of life and energy for Escalotia. Her love and compassion spread across the entire planet, taking root in every living being and reminding them that love was the very essence of their existence and the force that held life on Escalotia. Even if she weren't physically present, Little Angel would remain eternally in the hearts and minds of the Escalosians, being the light that would guide them towards a future of love, compassion, and hope. A few years after this event, Little Riachuelo was chosen by Professor Little Riachuelo I to become his student and take his family to Earth. But they chose to leave their 3 children with Professor Little Riachuelo I, ensuring their protection and education on their beloved planet, Escalotia.
En el apacible mundo de Escalotia, Pequeña Riachuelo y Pequeña 9 disfrutaban de una vida armoniosa junto a sus 4 hijos, Pequeña 4, Pequeña Tierno, Pequeña Ángel y Pequeña Guijarro. En este idílico entorno, la paz, el amor y la sabiduría fluían como la esencia misma de los esquelotianos. Sin embargo, la calma se vio amenazada por una misteriosa fuerza que comenzó a marchitar la belleza natural de Escalotia. La fauna, la flora y los ciclos vitales del planeta se desvanecían lentamente, augurando un destino sombrío tanto para el mundo como para sus habitantes. Los esquelotianos eran seres extraordinarios, imbuidos de una energía interior que los hacía sabios, amorosos y comprensivos. Vivían siglos, comprometidos con la naturaleza y una fuerza interior que trascendía lo común. Entre todos ellos, Pequeña Ángel, el hijo de Pequeño Riachuelo y Pequeña 9, destacaba por su energía excepcional desde su nacimiento. Sus capacidades eran extraordinarias y sus sentimientos superaban con creces a los de los demás esquelotianos. El sufrimiento de su gente y el declive de Escalotia lo inquietaban profundamente. En un acto de profunda empatía, Pequeña Ángel se retiró a su lugar preferido en Escalotia, un santuario personal de paz y reflexión. Allí meditó sobre el amor, la fuerza más pura y poderosa de los esquelotianos. De repente, una luz deslumbrante y hermosa emanó de su ser, envolviendo todo Escalotia en un resplandor radiante. La luz, de una belleza inconmensurable, revitalizó el planeta moribundo. Se extendió por cada rincón, restaurando la vitalidad y renovando la esencia misma de Escalotia. La energía de Pequeña Ángel no solo salvó el planeta, sino que también se dispersó hasta cada átomo, infundiendo vida, amor y compasión en cada partícula de Escalotia. Pequeña Ángel se convirtió en la fuente de vida y energía de Escalotia. Su amor y compasión se esparcieron por el planeta entero, enraizando en cada ser vivo y recordándoles que el amor era la esencia misma de su existencia y la fuerza que sostenía la vida en Escalotia. Aunque no estuviera físicamente presente, Pequeña Ángel permanecería eternamente en los corazones y mentes de los esquelotianos, siendo la luz que los guiaría hacia un futuro de amor, compasión y esperanza. Unos años después de este suceso, Pequeño Riachuelo fue elegido por el profesor Pequeño Riachuelo I para convertirse en su discípulo y viajar a la Tierra con su familia. pero tomaron la decisión de dejar a sus 3 hijos con el profesor Pequeño Riachuelo I, asegurando su resguardo y aprendizaje en su amado planeta Escalotia.
In the vastness of space, Smallcreek continued his exploration on Earth, stirring the magical soup in his space capsule. As he examined the planet, he absorbed human values and customs, contributing to the principles of Escalotia. Peace, love, solidarity and happiness, among others. Unsure of his wife's exact whereabouts, he could only envision her in his dreams, connecting with her absent presence in another galaxy. Meanwhile, Small Nine successfully landed his own space capsule on an unknown planet. Though the surroundings were beautiful, he was unaware of what beings lived there. Following the plans made on Escalotia, he hid his capsule in a safe place, and using the gathered magical resources and ingredients, he decided to commit to the same plan he would have followed on Earth with Smallcreek. With these ingredients, he crafted his own version of the magic soup. In the isolation of this unknown planet, he spent his days stirring his magical concoction, emitting good vibes and positive energy. Unsure of whether there was life on that planet, she was determined to share the values of Escalotia with any being that might reside there, making that place home, at least for now. Meanwhile, in Escalotia, the children of Smallcreek and Small Nine continued their studies under Professor Smallcreek I, hoping that one of them might someday journey to Earth or locate the planet where their mother was lost. They continued their training. Although Small Angel, the 4th child, was not physically present, his energy permeated all of Escalotia, preparing for a significant role in the future. Thus, the story intertwined between Smallcreek's exploration on Earth, Small Nine's adjustment on an unknown planet, and their children's education on Escalotia, marking a path of interwoven connections and fates in the vast universe.
En la inmensidad del espacio, Smallcreek continuaba su expedición en la Tierra, removiendo la sopa mágica en su cápsula espacial. A medida que exploraba el planeta, absorbía los valores y costumbres humanas, contribuyendo con los principios de Escalotia: paz, amor, solidaridad y felicidad, entre otros. Sin saber el paradero exacto de su esposa, solo podía vislumbrarla en sus sueños, conectándose con su presencia perdida en otra galaxia. Mientras tanto, Small Nine lograba aterrizar su propia cápsula espacial en un planeta desconocido. Aunque el entorno parecía hermoso, desconocía qué seres habitaban allí. Siguiendo los planes trazados en Escalotia, ocultó su cápsula en un lugar seguro y, utilizando los recursos e ingredientes mágicos almacenados, decidió llevar a cabo el mismo plan que hubiera seguido en la Tierra con Smallcreek. Con estos ingredientes, creó su propia versión de la sopa mágica. En la soledad de ese planeta desconocido, pasó sus días removiendo su creación mágica, desprendiendo buenas vibraciones y energía positiva. Sin saber si había vida en ese planeta, estaba decidida a compartir los valores de Escalotia con cualquier ser que pudiera habitar allí, convirtiendo ese lugar en su hogar, al menos por el momento. Mientras tanto, en Escalotia, los hijos de Smallcreek y Small Nine continuaban sus estudios con el profesor Smallcreek I, con la esperanza de que alguno de ellos pudiera algún día viajar a la Tierra o encontrar el planeta donde su madre estaba perdida. Continuaron su formación. Aunque Small Angel, el 4º hijo, no estaba físicamente presente, su energía permeaba todo Escalotia, preparándose para desempeñar un papel crucial en el futuro. Así, La historia se entrelazaba entre la exploración de Smallcreek en la Tierra, la adaptación de Small Nine en un planeta desconocido y la instrucción de sus hijos en Escalotia, marcando un camino de conexiones y destinos entrelazados en el vasto universo.
In the furthest corners of the universe, Smallcreek and Small Nine continued their mission to stir the magic soup, each exploring a different part of the cosmos. On Earth, Smallcreek was faced with desolation as he came across humans resistant to accepting fundamental values. Despite finding loving and understanding individuals, the challenge lay in altering the deep-rooted mindset of others. Meanwhile, on an unknown planet, Small Nine noticed signs of life and peculiar structures, igniting her curiosity and leading her on a quest to explore the unknown. Despite Smallcreek's admirable efforts, he was surrounded by desolation as he faced human resistance to change. However, an unexpected surprise shifted his perspective. During a moment of solitude, a familiar and comforting energy wrapped around him, unveiling the presence of Small Angel, his son, communicating with him through dreams. This ethereal encounter revitalized Smallcreek, infusing him with renewed determination and a deeper connection to his purpose on Earth. Simultaneously, on the unknown planet, Small Nine, intrigued by the possibility of intelligent life, continued her exploration. Loneliness was mixed with the hope of a meaningful encounter. The story, through these two intertwined experiences, creates an atmosphere of suspense and anticipation as the fates of father and son are connected in a cosmic web. The bond between father and son, Smallcreek and Small Angel, strengthened their connection beyond physical distance. Small Angel's positive energy became a spiritual guide for Smallcreek, reminding him of the importance of his mission and the potential for change on Earth. Meanwhile, on the unknown planet, Small Nine, oblivious to the connection between Smallcreek and Small Angel, discovered her own truth. As he moved forward in his exploration, he became aware of a fascinating phenomenon. He was in a different dimension from Smallcreek, on the same planet Earth, but in a parallel reality. This discovery defied the standard laws of space and opened a whole range of possibilities. How would this affect his mission? What implications would it have for the connection between Skeleton and this new home in another dimension? Thus, as the stories of Smallcreek, Small Nine, and Small Angel intertwined, the chapter change maintained the tension and mystery, leading us to a continuous exploration of interlacing destinies in the vast and mysterious universe.
En los confines del universo, Smallcreek y Small Nine persistían en su misión de remover la sopa mágica, cada uno explorando un rincón diferente del cosmos. Smallcreek, en la Tierra, enfrentaba la desolación al encontrarse con la resistencia de algunos humanos a abrazar valores fundamentales. A pesar de hallar individuos amorosos y comprensivos, el desafío radicaba en cambiar la arraigada mentalidad de otros. Mientras tanto, en un planeta desconocido, Small Nine observaba signos de vida y estructuras extrañas, avivando su curiosidad y llevándola a emprender una misión de exploración hacia lo desconocido. A pesar de los nobles esfuerzos de Smallcreek, la desolación lo envolvía al enfrentar la resistencia humana al cambio. Sin embargo, una sorpresa inesperada alteró su perspectiva. En un momento de soledad, una energía familiar y reconfortante lo envolvió, revelando la presencia de Small Angel, su hijo, quien se comunicaba con él a través de los sueños. Este encuentro etéreo revitalizó a Smallcreek, infundiéndole una determinación renovada y una conexión más profunda con su propósito en la Tierra. Simultáneamente, en el planeta desconocido, Small Nine, intrigado intrigada por la posibilidad de vida inteligente, continuaba su exploración. La soledad se mezclaba con la esperanza de un encuentro significativo. El relato, a través de estas dos experiencias entrelazadas, crea una atmósfera de suspense y anticipación mientras los destinos de padre e hijo se conectan en una red cósmica. El vínculo entre padre e hijo, Smallcreek y Small Angel, fortalecía su conexión más allá de la distancia física. La energía positiva de Small Angel se convertía en una guía espiritual para Smallcreek, recordándole la importancia de su misión y el potencial de cambio en la Tierra. Mientras tanto, en el planeta desconocido, Small Nine, ajena a la conexión entre Smallcreek y Small Angel, descubría su propia verdad. A medida que avanzaba en su exploración, se daba cuenta de un fenómeno fascinante. Estaba en una dimensión diferente a la de Smallcreek, en el mismo planeta Tierra, pero en una realidad paralela. Este descubrimiento desafiaba las leyes convencionales del espacio y abría un abanico de posibilidades. ¿Cómo afectaría esto a su misión? ¿Qué implicaciones tendría para la conexión entre Escalotia y este nuevo hogar en otra dimensión? Así, mientras las historias de Smallcreek, Small Nine y Small Angel se entrelazaban, el cambio de capítulo mantenía la tensión y el misterio, llevándonos a una exploración continua de destinos entrecruzados en el vasto y misterioso universo.
As Smallcreek stirred the magic soup in his capsule hidden in a remote corner of the earth, his thoughts often wandered to memories of Escalotia and her beloved family. Although he was committed to his mission to spread peace, love, and solidarity on Earth, loneliness weighed heavy on his shoulders. The magic soup, which he patiently stirred every day, emitted a positive energy that slowly began to influence human hearts. Smallcreek felt satisfaction in his work, but there was a void in his heart that only his family could fill. Suddenly, a familiar presence filled the capsule. Smallcreek looked up and saw his son, Small Angel, shining with a heavenly light. Small Angel had grown in wisdom and power since his sacrifice at Escalotia. With a smile, he told his father that he had created a three-dimensional portal that would take him to a dimension where his mother, Small Nine, was located. Small Nine was deep in thought when suddenly Smallcreek appeared before her. The encounter was an emotional explosion. They melted into an embrace filled with kisses and tears of joy. They'd spent so much time seeing each other only in dreams that now the moment was magical and deeply moving. They spent hours talking, sharing stories, reminiscing about their life in Escalotia and dreaming of the future. However, Smallcreek knew he had to return to his mission on Earth. With a heart full of love and hope, she returned to her ship hidden on Earth, resumed stirring the magic soup, and continued helping humans. What Smallcreek didn't know was that the encounter had left an unexpected blessing. A seed began to grow in Small Nine's stomach. Small Nine, filled with love and strength, decided to bear her pregnancy alone. He knew that their mission was crucial, but he also knew that their shared love would give them strength to face any challenge. Small Nine, despite being alone in the unknown dimension, found comfort knowing she carried a new life within her. The hope and anticipation of her new child's arrival gave her the strength to continue. Meanwhile, as she was exploring her surroundings, she was preparing for the day she would give birth to a special being that she felt in her heart would bring significant change. Months passed and the seed in Small Nine's belly was growing. As the day of birth was getting closer, a magical energy started to fill the dimension. Small Nine, full of love and hope in her heart, was preparing for the birth. She felt the new family member would bring more than just joy. It would bring a power and light that would forever change their lives. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Smallcreek continued his mission, still unaware of the surprise that awaited him. But he felt something different within him. A sense of hope and renewal accompanied him in every move. He kept stirring the magic soup, infusing his love and energy into the earth. In Escalotia, the children of Small Creek and Small 9 continued their studies with Professor Small Creek 1. They were aware that something special was happening, although they couldn't pinpoint that their connection to their parents through the energy of Small Engine gave them the strength and focus needed for their training. Meanwhile, Small 9, in her parallel dimension, cherished her pregnancy, feeling that each day was a gift. She knew that eventually the truth would be revealed and her family would be reunited. The arrival of this new being would be the catalyst for a bright future full of possibilities. The story of Small Creek and Small 9 was not over. In fact, it was only just beginning. With love, hope, and the strength of their family, they were destined to accomplish great things, both on Earth and in Escalotia. The magic and wonder that connected them was stronger than any distance or dimension, and their legacy of peace and love would continue to inspire all those they touched.
Ops, 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 ops. Wow. Oh la la. Small engine. What is this? Oops. Yes. Wow. My baby. Ooh la la. Ops, 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 ops.